As you can see, everything is really not looking good, and that's a lot of water coming in there. That's not good. Okay, folks, we are now trapped, and this is the end for us now. Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video, we're back in Stormworks, and today, we're checking out a Mini Britannic. So yeah guys, let's get into the video. Alright, so first things first, we're gonna go ahead and make our way to the helm, and you may be asking, why am I in a cabin that's normal sized in a small scale Britannic? Well, the cool thing about this is that the helm is located in an accurate recreation of one of Britannic's cabins, and that is super, super cool. And the helm is right over here next to these two screens, and I will talk about these two screens in a moment or two, but right now we're going to go ahead and get this thing started up. So let's go ahead, open up the control panel, and to start up the engine, it's just one on the keyboard, and I think I just have to hold it down to get this this ship moving. As you can see, the central propeller is beginning to spin, and soon those two outer propellers, or the main propellers, will start spinning as well, and this thing should be on the move. But yeah, this is a very, very cool mini recreation of the HMHS Britannic, and there is also some mini interiors. So yeah, that'll be really cool to check out. Now, as this thing gets moving, I want to go ahead and point out some of the really cool details that you can actually find on this model. For example, a lot of them come from the forecastle deck and the well deck. There's a lot of really important details and a bunch of miscellaneous stuff like the anchor cranes and the cargo cranes, and you have the winches, the capstans, you even have the rope tie-offs right down here, which didn't even need to be added but were. And this is all paint block details down here for the deck planking, and it's all super, super cool, and it really brings a lot of life to the model. You know, this person could have just made it really bare and whatnot, and that would be fine, but it wouldn't really be so much alive. But since we have all of this stuff in here, it brings the whole ship alive, and it really looks nice. Now, looking in the bridge, we also have some details here too. We have the telegraphs, the helm, and over in the wheelhouse, we have obviously the main helm here, and a bunch of paint block details back here, along with a massive camera. And I'll point out what this camera does in a little bit. But let's go ahead and hop over to the grand staircase. So we'll go ahead, walk along the deck, and we'll take a look at some of the things here. Obviously, we've got a ladder right over here. We've got, actually, I think this is just vintage. I could be wrong. No, that might just be a ladder because obviously it doesn't connect to anything. But you have your lifeboats, you've got your well and davits, and if we go into the grand staircase, as you can see, yes, it is here. And I think I'm going to have to change my FOV to look at everything in this room. There we go, much better. As you can see, we have a lot of nice interior here. We've got the grand staircase, and not only do we just have the boat deck and A deck grand staircase, we have it going all the way down to E deck. Now, the walls aren't super accurate, but it still looks really, really nice. And for some reason we have, oh, that's interesting. So this is kind of like a hidden space, obviously. Behind this is something you're not really supposed to see, but over here we actually have some vents going out on the E-deck levels. So yeah, really, really cool. We have all of these fine details inside the ship that didn't really need to be added, but they were. You've got the organ casing here and everything, and you've even got the hallway here as well. And not quite sure why it goes back here. Oh, it just connects up. That's interesting. But anyways, yeah, that's the grand staircase. Not a lot to look at here, but it's still really cool nonetheless. Now at the back of the vessel, right near the fantail, you can see we've got a lot of detail as well as the enclosed well deck, and I do apologize for my camera kind of jittering out a bit there. There's a lot of moving pieces on this vessel, so I'm pretty sure that's why it's doing that, but yeah, we've got lifeboats, we've got the cargo cranes, and a bunch of other stuff too. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop back inside the interior of the vessel. So back in the interior, a bunch of stuff has just fallen over. As you can see, it's all kind of moving around in here, and that's probably one of the reasons for why my camera's freaking out, but we can't really leave this room. The only way that we can actually leave the room is going up, and there's a ladder right here that opens up through a hatch that's just forward of the number 3 funnel. So yeah, that is how you get in, right in front of the number 3 funnel, and I believe you just have to no-clip in and then it should work, but I don't know. As you can see, this is really, really cool. It's got a lot of fine details, and I do recommend picking it up. It isn't too laggy. I mean, I'm getting a bit of moon physics, but if you turn your settings down, it should look nice. Now, I want to go ahead and move on to those cameras. If we press 4 on the keyboard, we can actually take a look at the cameras here. We have 2 on board, one for the grand staircase and one for the bridge. So if you want to watch the thing sync with the camera mode and just stay inside the ship and, well, probably not die. I mean, I don't know if this room floods or not, but it's still really cool, and you can actually watch the water flood in from this area. So yeah, we might do that, but the first thinking I'm going to do is just going to be from the outside perspective. So yeah, and what's also cool is if we go onto the outside of the vessel and we switch it to nighttime, you'll notice immediately the lights just flicker on. And as you can see, this is super cool. And not only do the lights flicker on, if we go into the cabin, look at that, the artificial horizon, because obviously these portholes aren't really looking onto the outside, just go black or go dark here. So that is super, super cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the vessel. So I think it's time to go ahead and sink this thing. Alright, to sink the vessel, all we have to do is press 6 on the keyboard and it should now be sinking. So let's go ahead and get out of here. And yep, the lights are going red. We gotta go because obviously I'm not gonna risk it and find out if this cabin floods. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and make our way out. I heard the hatch open, so I think when we sit down the hatch closes, and obviously when we stand up it opens. But we're gonna go ahead, hop outside, and I think, you know what, we'll just stay on the ship, and we'll use the camera button to allow us to kind of fly around the sinking ship and see what happens. Alright, so the Britannic is sinking super quick here. In just a short time that I was able to get out and just went on the deck and kind of looked at that hatch, the ship has already gone down quite a bit. And you'll also notice that the gantry davits are swung out, as well as the Welland davits. So that is a super cool detail that didn't really need to be added, but was. Now, as you can see, the Britannic nameplate is now beginning to go under the waves, and this is pretty much the end for the Mini Britannic here, and there's my camera freaking out again. I'm pretty sure that it has to do with everything moving on the ship, but yeah, as you can see, it is really nice looking as the ship goes down here. Looks super accurate, and we'll see how the sinking goes. I'm wondering if the funnels actually collapse. That'll be cool to see, and it'll be interesting to see because these are actually attached onto the deck. They're attached by the wires here, which are not super taut. They're quite loose, so it might actually collapse over, but just kind of get held onto the ship by the rope. So yeah. Now at this point, the well deck is awash, and the ship is going to start going down a lot faster, I would imagine, because obviously in real life when the well deck went under, it was pretty much game over. So yeah, as you can see, the water is now beginning to flood the forecastle deck, and you can actually visibly see it dropping at this stage. So yeah, this is the end for the Britannic, and I've also noticed a lot of loose lifeboats, so maybe some actual boats will get away, or quite a few lifeboats will get away, and yeah, this is going to be really interesting to see. Wow, this is a really cool view. The bow is gone. You can see the mast out of the water, but really it's only that superstructure that's out, and then obviously the rest of the hull. So yeah, really, really cool stuff, and you can even see the nameplate on the stern of the vessel. So that is also cool. Alright, at this stage, the water has officially begun to flood the boat deck, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and jump ship just in case I get caught on something and get dragged down. So here we go, and as you can see, I do have moon physics, so that is quite unfortunate, but it's pretty much because of everything going on here. So yeah, we're gonna hop into the water and switch out to the free cam view once again to take a look at this thing go down. So here's where the forward funnel should or will possibly collapse, and we'll see what happens here. Alright, so the ship is rapidly going down, water is pouring into the vessel, and a lot of openings here, and we'll see what happens to this funnel if it actually collapses here. We'll get a nice view of this. Now, I do know that they're like slanted, so maybe they will collapse. They might be magneted on, so they might just fall from the base down, or the base up, I should say. So, yeah, we'll see what happens here. Oh, something just happened. Oh my gosh. Whoa, holy cow. It's pulling it right out of the deck. The wires are just getting pulled right out of the deck there. Holy cow. And it collapsed. There it is. Oh my gosh. Wow, so that is the end of the forward funnel, and as you can see, unfortunately, the grand staircase is pretty much flooded, and now the second funnel is about to give way, and let's take a look here. Oh wow, there it goes! Just breaking off from the base of the funnel there and collapsing into the water with a massive splash. Oh my gosh, wow, the thing is rapidly going down at this stage. Holy cow. Here's a pretty dramatic shot. You can see the ship is pretty much on its side. You've got two funnels out of the water, and it's really, really awkward looking to see the ship with only two funnels and at this sort of angle with half of it under the water. Yeah, this is not good for the Britannic here, but the end is near, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens. Alright, so as you can see, a lot of the vessel at this stage is pretty much underwater. There's debris actually coming up from the deck, so you can see lifeboats overturned. There's literal pieces of wood coming up like benches and whatnot, and it looks like that second funnel is about to collapse there. Yeah, this is not good for the Britannic, clearly. It's taking on quite a bit of water, an unhealthy amount of water, and it's being dragged down. You can see how the wires or the ropes holding on to the funnel are just pulling pieces of the deck out, or the connection points. But some of them actually hold on, like as you can see here, one is holding on pretty strong, and now only one funnel remains attached to the Britannic as it begins to go down. What a unique view here as it goes down to the bottom. Wow, this is so amazing. And I know this guy also put together a Titanic, so maybe for Titanic week I will check out the Titanic that this person created. But there goes the last funnel. The Britannic no longer has any standing funnels. They have all collapsed, and now the ship is just gonna head to the bottom. So yeah, as you can see, the amount of water pouring into the ship is once again very unhealthy, and is going to pull this thing down in a matter of seconds. So there it is, folks. The ship is rapidly plunging to the bottom, and this is it. This is the end for the Britannic. We will sink it one more time in game, but just from the interior view, just from sitting in that control seat and looking at the cameras, because I think that's pretty cool. I want to see what that perspective is going to be like. So yeah, so there it is, folks. That is the end for the Mini Britannic in Stormworks. Really cool creation, really recommend it. But now we're gonna go ahead, sink it with the interior view. So yeah, alright, so the ship is now sinking and we are in the interior view, and we're gonna see what happens through the cameras here. So yeah, this is gonna be pretty interesting. Alright, so stepping out of the helm for a moment, we're actually gonna stay in the cabin, obviously, but I just want to see what the atmosphere is like around the cabin as the ship is beginning to sink. So as you can see, things are beginning to slide just a little bit. We do have about a 5 or 6 degree list here, but nothing too crazy. But obviously it's going to get worse, and that cup is or whatever the spotlight is representing is beginning to slide a little close to the edge there. It's just kind of teetering on the edge there. But yeah, as you can see, things are not looking great inside the Britannic at the moment. And there it goes, plummeting to the floor, colliding with the bedside, and there it is, right on the floor. And yeah, the list is increasing at this stage. So let's go ahead, go back to the cameras here. As you can see, we've got the grand staircase view. Nothing super crazy, but oh, there it is. As you can see right there, the water is now beginning to become visible from the bridge. So yeah, not the greatest thing. So at some point, this whole thing is just going to go under, and the cameras will be underwater, and then obviously that's not going to be great, but yeah. So yeah, nothing but stuff falling off the shelves right now. There's no water entering in, and obviously we looked at the cameras, and the only thing really visible is now the water line is seen from the bridge. But yeah, oh, looks like something just fell off the shelf there. Things are slowly starting to happen, but nothing too crazy quite yet. Alright, so I am starting to notice a forward tilt at this point, and it's starting to get more and more extreme. And I think also the cups started to notice a forward list as well. As you can see, one is plummeting off the shelf right onto the bed there. And if we look in the helm, we can start to see, yeah, that's not good. There's water in the bridge. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to sit here for a moment and watch the water, yep, just completely consume the wheelhouse there. And look at that, the water is making its way into the grand staircase. Everything is beginning to fall over. This is not great. You can see the water is rapidly pouring into the staircase itself. Let me go ahead and hop out real quick here. Alright, there goes the wheelhouse, filling with water, and same goes for the grand staircase there. As you can see, it is rapidly filling with water. And yeah, I should sit down here. The angle's kind of getting funny. But yeah, at this point, these cameras are, well, that camera's underwater in the bridge. Uh-oh, the furniture's starting to fall over. That's not great. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try to walk out here, and I think I'll just go ahead and stand on the bed here. It might hold me back from falling, but you can see the furniture is really starting to tilt over and fall over and whatnot, and I'm going to try to get into the other room, but it might not really work out so well. Alright, here we go. Let's try to get over there. The whole room is like at a 20-30 degree angle, probably even 40 degrees at this point. Somehow these cups are still held on here with the spotlights. They'll eventually fall off, but as you can see, everything is really not looking good, and that's a lot of water coming in there. That's not good. Okay, folks, we are now trapped, and this is the end for us now. We got some teacups falling off the shelf there, and I'm trying to move this thing out of the way so I can get through. Oh, the chair fell over. Hello. Yeah, so this is not great. Somehow our water line is still level, so clearly we've been lied to. So yeah, not great, but at this stage, yeah, we're screwed. So yeah, this is the end for it here. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna sit down and accept my fate. As you can see, a nice view of the wreck of the Britannic's grand staircase there, and the bridge as well. So yeah, the water should be here soon. And that's just going to be the end of us. Now, actually, this is what it looks like from the outside perspective. The third funnel has just collapsed there. And this is what the interior view looks like. And, that porthole just disappeared. It went black. That's not good. Did the other porthole go black? No, it did not. Oh, there it goes. So I think that's representing them going underwater or something. Or maybe the sensor's detecting that it's turning dark. Yeah, but as you can see, this is the end for the Britannic, folks. The water's coming in, and there's nothing to stop it from coming in at this point since we're completely underwater. There goes the dresser there, collapsing over and falling into the water. And this is it. This is the end of us here. Alright, so while we're stuck in this flooding room, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you next time, guys. Goodbye.